If SEO feels like an afterthought, or you've tried to figure it out yourself, typing in your main keyword, looking for your business, and wondering why you don't show up, then this podcast is for you. This show is for business owners who don't have the time, budget, or desire to become SEO experts, but still want customers to find them when it matters. I'm Jose Chavez from Ready to Rank, and alongside Alison from Pinpoint Local, we break down how local businesses can stop guessing and start leveraging Google properly. Starting with the most overlooked asset you already have, your Google business profile. So lean in, take notes, and start turning visibility into customers. Welcome everyone, my name's Jose Chavez from Ready to Rank, and with me I've got Alison Evans from Pinpoint Local, and together we host the Local SEO Lab, where we help local business owners leverage their Google business profile to generate more leads and more revenue for their business. For those who haven't joined us, Alison, welcome. Let's give you a slight introduction to who you are, what you do, and how you help.
Yeah, thanks, Jose. I'm the owner of Pinpoint Local, so we're a digital marketing agency that is super niche into local SEO and Google business profile management. So we help local businesses with their Google business profile to get it to rank for those search terms when people go to Google and look for emergency plumber near me or whatever those search terms are. This is where your profile shines and gets you phone calls or leads to your website. So, and the Google business profile is packed full of lots of subtleties and gold nuggets that not many people know about, and they often think that filling it out is the business name and the phone number and a website link, and that's it, and perhaps a logo.
Yeah,
But
it's much more than that, isn't it?
It's a lot more than that, and so this is another part of the Google business profile puzzle ecosystem that most people don't know about,
Yeah.
particularly local business.
Yeah, and I was talking to a plumber recently that is working with you, and he was amazed at the effort that you've been going through with him and the results from that. And like you mentioned, people think it's just put a couple of things in and that's it. But when you actually invest the time and the effort into optimizing your profile, he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Now I'm getting calls from Google. It's like
Yeah,
something he never had before.
that's
Um,
right. It's for local business, it's a no-brainer. And the big thing is it's competitive. So most of your competition are not doing what we're talking about.
yeah,
So if you go through this podcast and listen to some of the previous ones and this episode as well and do this, you will outrank your competitors with time. No guarantees, but really they won't be doing this type of work. I
yeah.
can almost guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
So, so what we're talking about today is Google Business Profile Services.
Mm,
So let me just put it in context. So we've spoken about categories, first of all, and in previous podcast episode, and obviously your primary category is really critical. That's the most important thing after what we call in local SEO NAP, which is name, address, and phone number. So they're data points that Google uses and a lot of structured data used to know about your business and align different entities, platforms, socials about your business. Your name, address, and phone number needs to be consistent across all platforms. Now, the next important thing is your category, your primary category. And everyone's probably aware of this because you see that front facing on a Google business profile. So if you're a plumber, it's really obvious there'll be plumber as your category.
yeah.
If you're a dentist, it could be dental clinic, it could be implants, it could be pediatric dentistry, it could be a few different options, up to about 10. Law, there's probably even 10, 12, 15 different options to put as your primary category. So choose wisely. We've spoken about that. So, and then there's 9 secondary categories you can have. So you've got your primary one, and then you can have add secondary categories. Do not just add 9, just add whatever is relevant to you in secondary categories.
Yeah.
And then the next part is the product section. We've already discussed that also in a separate episode. So these are all interrelated to each other to a certain extent. So that's why I'm putting in context. So you've got the categories and the products. Now the products is great because you can put an image in and you can put a link and it allows 1,000 characters in the description.
Mm.
So that's a lot of information to Google to have. And it actually, on desktop, it shows up really just below the knowledge graph with these images and text and a link. So it looks really great. But the sort of the lesser known of them all is the service section, which is what we're talking about now.
Mm.
But they are interrelated to the products and the categories section. So you need to see these as a whole and how they interlink. But the services section is really interesting because previously not many people even filled them out, even local SEO. But there's been a couple of studies recently, as in 2022 by Sterling Sky, and they're really a well respected local SEO and Google Business Profile Management in the US, or are they Canada? Oh, I've forgotten now which one, but North America. There we go. Um, and their recent study actually showed that services, filling out your services, can rank a Google Business Profile, they showed within 72 hours for
Wow,
some keywords.
that's quick.
So, I mean, that's gold. Now, there's a difference with your services. Google has predefined services and pre-populates them. So when you go into the dashboard of your Google Business Profile, first of all, I've got to put a proviso here. Not everyone, not every category has the option to give to provide services, and one of them would be restaurants or hotels. Often you haven't got that option. So if you go into the back end of your dashboard and there's no services option, it's because of your primary category. That's what dictates whether you're allowed services or not. But if you're a service area business, like your local trades and everything, you will definitely have services as an option. So when you go into the dashboard of your Google Business Profile, go into Edit Services, that's where you do it. You'll see that Google has already pre-populated a whole lot of services based on that primary category. And that's where
Mm.
I'm saying that they're interlinked with each other. So what primary category you put in is what sort of services Google thinks that you will provide. Now, it's not always correct. So be very, very careful because I've seen some really weird things put in there. And it is user generated, but I'm not really quite sure what user would generate services in another business. But I think it's AI and Google that does most of it. And I've seen some really weird, wacky services being put in there. So you need to be consistently look into your services and you either accept or reject these Google edits.
Mm.
So, I mean, I've seen internet marketing have as a service faucet, which is an American term, not Australian term, but repairs as internet marketing. So, and obviously that sort of data in your Google Business Profile is critical in as far as they're all keywords and they're all telling Google and AI and ChatGPT about your business. So when you have inconsistencies, it actually devalues the authority and credibility of your profile.
Mm.
So go in, take out the ones that you don't want, and this is the gold nugget. You can actually add your own custom services into your profile. So do it. Why
Mm.
not? I mean, Google often pre-populates with about 10, even 15
Yeah.
different services, depends upon your primary category. But it obviously doesn't. I mean, as you can imagine, if you're a trade services and you're an electrician, there's so many different services that you
Yeah.
can provide, and you can sort of break it down
Yeah.
even smaller. So, look, fill out the services sections and put the custom services in.
Mm.
And there is a dispute within local SEO about whether the Google predefined services ranks better than the custom edited services that you put in. There's been two different studies that show the complete opposite to each other.
Mm.
So, and it's very hard to reverse engineer Google's algorithm as well. So, look, do it all. I
Mm.
mean, Google allows you to put custom services in, so add them. And what I've seen with custom services is the justification, which I think we've spoken about in an
Yeah,
episode
we have.
before. Yep. So that's the text that you see bolded underneath the Google Business Profile.
Yeah.
That not we know is taken from Google reviews. We've seen that, but it's also taken from services, not so much products, which has got the lovely little image and the link. And you think that would be, I don't know, more important. It's got 1,000 characters, but the services is actually justifications that text that is bolded right at the front underneath your Google Business Profile in the 3-pack
Mm.
often comes from the services section.
Mm.
So use it.
Yeah.
Do it, fill it out, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So Google is providing you another little area of Google Business Profile to provide more information about your business.
Mm.
So then to break it down even further, the services section, there's only 3 parts to it. There's the title, which is about 120 characters. And then there's the description, which is only 300 characters, which is not a great deal. So you want to do the description. You obviously want to put in your keywords, but it's got to sound natural and read naturally rather than keyword stuffing, obviously. I mean, keyword stuffing is
Yeah.
long gone. No one should be doing that anymore. So fill out the title, the description of only 300 characters, and then there's also an area to put in pricing for your service. So there's a couple of options that you can give with the pricing. You can, if there's a clear pricing, like we've got shops and retails and florists and restaurants and cafes, and they've got clear pricing. If you're worried about the pricing going up, we would often put from and then put a price in. So that
Yeah.
gives you flexibility. So, a florist which has got, bouquets for birthday bouquets and they've got medium, large and everything, we'll say from whatever price. But Google loves pricing.
Interesting.
So, and you can use the Google Business Profile on Google Shopping
Mm.
for free.
So what
So,
about trade businesses?
yes, I would put from. I would
Yeah.
definitely, if you got something like switchboards
Yeah.
installation. I mean, you might charge, I've got no idea what a switchboard costs to put a new switchboard in, but you could put from $120 or something like that,
Mm.
whatever it is for one switchboard or
Yeah.
switchboard upgrade.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's dependent upon all sorts of things, but once again, you could say from a certain price. So,
Yeah.
if because people will be searching for perhaps cost effective or price of switchboard upgrade or electrician switchboard upgrade near me. And if you've got a price in your service part that says switchboard upgrade, and you've got from something or other, and then a good description about, we provide switchboard upgrades in these locations from this price, there's every chance your Google Business Profile will show for that query.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Um, and then there's another subtlety to the service section of Google Business Profile is that you can actually allocate them or bundle them according to the categories that
Mm.
you've got. So we're going back to the primary category, which is the most important. So if you're a builder, you might have custom builder as your primary category.
Yeah.
And then you'd put all your services that be under there. And then you may have another category, which may be kitchen, it's kitchen remodeling in Google Business Profile, or might be pergolas and decks or something like that. And then that's already your categories on your Google Business Profile. So under those, create those categories and then put services that are relevant to those categories in your Google Business Profile.
Mm. So many
So,
depths. So
yes.
many depths.
And then we can go one step further and obviously relate it to your website.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
that's the anchor, isn't it?
that's the anchor. There you go. And then you have got a complete local SEO services. And don't forget locations.
Yeah.
Feed that in somehow or other. We do it in quite a lot of nifty ways
Yeah.
um, for all our clients. So become one of our clients and you can get
Mm.
this done. But yeah, always link it in with your website.
Yeah.
so that there's a trust and credibility factor between the Google
Yeah.
Business Profile and the website.
Mm.
So, yeah, there you
It's
go.
amazing how deep you can go with your Google business profile.
Yeah,
If you're not experienced enough, you could just do not see the depth that you can go into. And that's why
yeah,
people, I think, oversee it. And I think that's why business owners, they see it and then they just think, yep, just fill out the basics and that's it. But
yeah,
until you get someone to tell you exactly what to do, it really just unlocks the profile.
yeah. It
And then
unlocks. That's a great word. It
yeah,
actually does.
and
Yeah,
then you anchor it to the website is just that
yep,
next layer that just
absolutely.
amplifies the profile.
Yep, your local SEO. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you get business owners say to me, oh, I've got 30 reviews and this one's only got 10 reviews, but they're ranking up higher.
Yeah.
Now you can realize all the other factors that come into ranking
Yeah.
the Google Business Profile.
Yeah.
Reviews are important and there's certainly a conversion factor.
Yeah.
So, and if that person has only got 7 reviews and people were clicking on the profile above because they got 50, well, that 7 may end up not staying up there in that 3 pack. But they've done probably all their products or their services or their
Yeah. That's
categories or
it.
their website and everything else. And if they have a review strategy as well going forwards, they will actually own that space going
Yeah.
forwards.
Yeah.
So the rest of it you can sort of set up. I mean, with our clients, that's what we do first up is just do a deep dive into all these back end structure of the Google Business Profile, make sure they're all there. But they're not set and forget because Google adds services to profiles. They don't add products
Yeah.
or the category section.
Yeah.
You set them up, but they do add services. And as I say, whether it's AI now that's adding them, it can be really quite weird and not correct. So you've got to
Mm.
go in and not only accept or reject, but go in and fill out the description and the prices and fill out the title. So
So
it's
can
complete,
other
I
users
would.
also can other users also suggest edits on your profile?
They can, they can, and it's a bit weird, really. I don't know why Google still allows that,
Yeah, that's
that
just
anyone can go in. And there was, oh, gee, I think it was this year. There was this massive global scam going on, which
yeah.
worked really, really well, where you would go in, Google has stopped it now, so, and has cracked down on it, but you could go into someone's Google business profile and change the pin on the map.
Oh my
And you could put so your competition's pin somewhere way off in
that's
Alaska,
crazy.
or if you're in Australia, put it somewhere, and then they'll disappear. The
Yeah.
profile would disappear. But that was a big one last year. So but yeah, yeah, I mean that it is open to that sort of thing. And that
Mm.
actually that just reminded me of saying Google Maps. The services doesn't always show up on desktop,
Yeah.
but it does on Google Maps.
Yeah.
So there's another little subtlety in Google Business Profile, and it
Mhm.
depends upon the category too. But you'll find services, and actually, when you hover your cursor when you're looking on Google Maps for business, the content in services can often show up just over the name of the business.
Mm.
So it's providing description. So it may be related to what you've put in the search bar for Google Maps. You know, if you're looking for, I don't know, electrician, plumber, or painter near me or whatever, and you're just looking where they are. Yeah, so that's where that justification comes up as well.
Mm.
So yeah,
Maybe Google Maps is something we can deep dive into because, they are two separate platforms. Under the
yeah,
one,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, it would be really good to get some clarity on how to manage Google Maps and,
Google.
your
Google
profile.
Maps, the 3 pack in Google Business Profile, and having a pin and not having a pin.
Yeah.
That's quite controversial too, about whether you rank better with pin. I actually had someone ask me, they're starting up, Should they put in, we've had a podcast on this, I'm sure we have, on location, on address, show your address or not
Yeah,
show
yeah,
your address. Yeah. So go back to that because that is very relevant, obviously, on Google Maps because you get a pin on Google Maps
yeah.
with a location. And then obviously you get your services to show up on the text to show up on Google Maps with a pin.
Awesome.
So yeah. So all these little subtleties are all related in a way. And but the services section is only recently been shown to be very powerful. And previously, even local SEO agencies rarely ever filled them out.
Mm,
Even never added custom services, let alone add the descriptions or refine the heading so that it's, add a bit of local SEO into your headings
yeah.
and prices and that. Whereas now it's standard local SEO tactic with the
Mm.
Google Business Profile.
So do you think because Google is putting a lot more effort in the profile recently, especially this year, do you think it has anything to do with AI and
Yeah,
competing with AI?
I'm sure, totally. I mean, it's all about data and information is data. And Google does own the local business space. And the local business profile, your Google business profile, is what provides the most information about your business. By the time you put your products and your services and your categories and your posts and your images, it's probably got far more, well, when they're well optimized, far more than what their website has got.
Mm,
And it's more specific as opposed to, sometimes there's blog content which is informational. This is data, particularly about your business and what you actually do. What's the services and what's the products that your business carries on and in what locations that's happening in. So with AI being here, like AI mode, we've spoken about that, hasn't been rolled out in Australia yet, but um, the more information you put on your profile for local businesses, the more you'll be picked up by not only Google, but ChatGPT and Gemini and all the other LLM models when people are going into AI and having conversation about local business.
mm,
So I always think the fact that Google is putting energy and effort into anything indicates something. And that's why, you know,
yeah.
there's products, there's images, there's links, there's call to actions, there's services with prices, with keywords that are related to the category and all that type of thing. And Google says on their help support with Google Business Profile, fill it out. So
Mm,
why wouldn't you?
yeah. Mm,
And so that's Google Business Profile Service. So just to put it back in context, you've got the categories, you've got the products, and you've got the services.
yeah.
And they're all rich content that you can put on your profile.
Yeah. And get that profile filled 100% of the way. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
yeah. And it's a consistent strategy to do. It's not just none of this is set and forget.
you? Yeah.
Always add to it.
Yeah.
And remember with local, you've always got your locations too. So that
Mm,
adds a whole different layer
yeah.
to the keywords and the services and the products because you're
Mm,
doing them in locations as well. So there we
awesome.
go. I bet you no one knew much about services.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't
That,
think many people, do know much, but after listening to you just talk about it, you just add another layer, it's just
mm,
another layer of something that you need to optimize. And if you are in a position where you want to get your profile optimized and you just don't know how to, Alison, you offer an audit which is free for anyone. Do you want to dig into that one
yeah,
just quickly?
yeah, sure. So for there's a QR code or link as part of this podcast, and you just need to fill out about 3 or 4 different fields, your business name and email address. And I'll do a free video audit of your Google business profile. So I go from the top, I go all the way through, and I'm saying what you're doing, what you're not doing, your missed opportunities, what your competitors are doing, what your keywords are doing. And so it's all actionable tips and hints for your profile, and it goes from about 4 to about 5 or 7 minutes of videos. So yeah. scan the QR code or click the link or whatever and get your free video audit of and then if you follow those tips in the video audit, you will end up ranking locally with the website as well.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think for anyone out there that is in the position of not knowing what to do with their business profile, definitely get in touch, scan the QR code, click the link to get your free audit, and Alison will do what she does best.
Right here.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. I appreciate your time. It's great chatting about local SEO, and I look forward to our next session.
Yeah, good one. Thanks, Jose.
Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Now, before you go, if you want to actually see how your Google Business Profile is performing, Alison offers a free Google Business Profile audit. You'll get practical, no fluff advice on what's holding you back, visibility-wise, what to fix first, and how to improve your chances of showing up when customers are searching. No upsell, no overwhelm, just clear actions you can take immediately. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description to get your free audit. And if this episode helped you think differently about SEO, make sure to subscribe, because every week we're breaking down what really works. We'll see you in the next episode of the SEO Lab.